In today's video, I am going to tell you my story on how I actually started selling on Amazon, what actually led me to start, because I talked a little bit about it in pieces, and just like in a few weeks ago, I talked about the small part of my journey in which I did a big mistake with private labeling. But in today's video, we are going to go from the beginning. I started from almost zero to almost $100,000 in sale, and then I went down to like as much as negative $10,000 with this business at a certain point, and I was able to rise again to multiple six figures in sale. But I'm just going to tell you my story from zero to $10,000 to $100,000 in sale, and how long it took me, and hopefully this can actually lead you. You can learn one or two things from this video, and it can hopefully lead you to avoid to make some of the mistakes that I made in my journey that slowed me down big time. So grab a drink. As usual, I have my tea that I'm going to drink while I'm talking. And if you want to actually learn how to source, I have a free ebook link in the description that is going to take you from not knowing anything about sourcing to being an expert in sourcing online arbitrage products. All right, it's 100% free. It's my free gift to you. And if you want one-on-one coaching to scale your business, there's a link for that as well. And we have a Discord server. If you want to grow, you need to network. Best place to do it, come on the Discord server and start networking with people. So everything started for me during COVID. I was doing I always had like different side hustles. I've never really worked a job. I used to run a marketing agency, a small marketing agency for local businesses. I had other side hustles, and basically COVID started, and my marketing agency had to close because all clients had to close, and so we did not have clients anymore. So no money coming in. So I had to do other stuff. One of my other side hustle actually took off during COVID, and I made a lot of money with it by working 4 hours. I'm sorry, not 4 hours, but like 4 days a week. And so I started to have a lot of time in my hand. It was not a huge amount of money, but it was actually pretty good. Okay, and I was reinvesting a lot into the side hustle, all that stuff. So I actually took a small part of my earning, and I was always taking a small part of my earning to reinvest in different projects, to try some stuff. I was also at that time, since I was making a good amount of money, I was like investing $100 every single week into books. I was buying a lot of new books. I was reading a lot, and this was instrumental in my growth and in me actually reaching some success on Amazon. So to make it short, at that time I was still in school at the same time, and I was still in school until like I think I graduated at the beginning of COVID, right? And so what I did is I was in a small WhatsApp group. If you are from the north of the United States, you may not know what WhatsApp is. It's something that we use a lot in South Florida, and in that people use a lot in Latin America and in Europe as well, because people do not necessarily have a lot of iPhones in like Latin America and stuff. So this is why we don't have iMessage. They don't have iMessage. I use an iPhone. I'm not part of that gang. I have an iPhone, so I use iMessage, but like a lot of people use WhatsApp. Okay, so we had a WhatsApp group, and think of it like just as a Discord server, right? It's pretty much the same thing, with not as many functions. We had a WhatsApp group in my school. I was studying at FIU in Miami for investing. And when COVID started, actually, I don't know if you remember, but there was a lot of fluctuation. Like the gas price went down big time, right? And so there's that one guy on the group that said, "Hey guys, gas price is going down. It may be a good time to invest into a fund that is called USO." USO is basically a fund that tracks gas prices. Not exactly. There's some complication, but like basically, I just said, "Hey, you know what? Let me invest a couple hundred dollars. That I'm still investing a little money here and there to find a good breakout, something that can actually make me more money and." I can focus on during my off days, because I'm somebody that needs to work all the time, because if not, I get bored. I get bored super easily, and like it's good to have 3 days to relax a week, but I need to I need to do something, to work towards something, or I get bored easily, right? So I did this. I did not trade a lot. I invested a few $100 in USO, and I waited a little, and like these few hundreds turned into a few thousand. It was 2 to 3,000. Okay, and so from that time, I had a little capital to invest. I think it was closer to 2,000 than 3,000. I do not remember exactly, but yeah. So at that time, I put that money into a saving account, and I waited to find a good opportunity to invest that money in, right? Because I knew that I'm not an expert trader. It was like a good opportunity that I was able to take advantage of, and so right now I need to find something else to invest that money in, okay? And so I started looking into something that I could do because I was basically working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday on my other side also, and I had like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday that were basically free, you know. So I was really trying to find something to occupy, like to occupy my time, and that would eventually make me money, right? So what I did is I started looking at stuff, and I stumbled upon Amazon FBA, right? I stumbled upon Amazon FBA, and I stumbled upon some video from how is it called, Jungle Scout. They have a video series going in depth into like, oh, you can start a private labeling business on Amazon from zero to actually having some sales and running some ads. So I watched every single videos with my girl, and we said, okay, we're gonna try this business. We're gonna try to find products, and we did find the products. It was not that long. Private labeling is not a hard business to do, and so we found a product. It was a toy. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you exactly what it is. If you really want to, I showed the product that it was on my interview on Be Cool. If you really want to see it, go watch my interview on Be Cool. But yeah, so we started with this product. It was doing pretty good. The only thing with private labeling is that the lead time is long, and so it was good. The sales were good. And if you want to learn more about that specific part of my journey, you can watch my video on which I talk about one of the biggest mistakes I made with my business, because it was with this private labeling product. I lost a lot of inventory because of it, and I linked the video. If you want to, if I did not link the video, remind me. I link it to link it here. So let me see. Yeah, 7 minutes story. I'll remember. I really want. I'm going to forget, and you're going to need to remind me to do it. But yeah, the big thing with private labeling is that it takes a lot of time to actually be able to flip your money, right? So from the time you invest in inventory to actually recoup your money is going to take you at least 3 months, 3-4 months maybe. It's going to take a long time. So I did not have a lot of money to invest into the business. It's not like I had $20,000 that I can split into different products and have like a consistent something that is going to grow. No, I had way less money, and so it did not really make sense. And I remember one day I was at the beach, and I was just chilling with my girl, and I was actually thinking, and because, by the way, like the thing is that you reach a point where private labeling is a lot of work at the beginning when you look for the products, you find suppliers, especially when it's your first time. But if you have only one product, it's actually going to get really boring because there's nothing that you can do. Once you set up your ads, there's really nothing that you can do. That you cannot invest more time to make more money. Okay, you reach a point where you did everything that you could, and now you just need to wait for your money to flip. Okay, and so I started getting bored again during those 3 days that I had to dedicate to something else, that I wanted to dedicate to something else, right? And so I was sitting at the beach, and I was thinking, because as I said, I used to buy $100 worth of book every single week on Amazon, so I was reading a lot at that time. And I'll make a video on the way I read. I do not read as much. I still read a little, but I had a reading regiment that actually led me to read a ton. Okay, and I read a book that is called The $100 Startup. The $100 Startup, and in this book the guy was talking about retail arbitrage, but I think it was on eBay, right? It was on eBay, and he was talking about a guy that actually flipped, I think it was like printer, and I do not even remember if it was retail arbitrage, but it was just arbitrage. I think it was more like arbitrage in its general sense, right? And so it sparked an idea in my brain. And this is why I think that you should read a lot, and you should read about diverse thing and not just read about one specific thing, but you should read about a whole lot of things, because sometimes it's going to bring some ideas, it's going to spark something in your brain, and it can be the start of a great journey, just like it was for me with that small thing that I read in that book. That book is not that great, to be honest. It's not a great book, but it sparked a small idea inside of my brain. And so I remember being at the beach, sitting on the sand, or lying, whatever, and I was just daydreaming basically, and I started thinking, about arbitrage, what I read in that book, and I said to myself, I think I've heard about something that's called retail arbitrage, and I'm not sure what it is exactly. So let me look it up on Google. And I was actually on the beach chilling, and I started looking it up on Google, and I read an article. I do not remember on which website it was, talking about retail arbitrage. And I said, you know what, I'm going to make it. It looked interesting, and I said, you know what, let me go home and make some more research whenever I go home. So I do not know if I should start it right when I got home, but like I think this is during that night I was not able to sleep, and I watched a lot of videos on people doing retail arbitrage. I saw some videos from Reezy Resales, some videos from I think from people that are not even making videos anymore now. I would not be able to remember their name, but like Reezy Resales, I watched a few of these of his videos sourcing at Target, and I said, you know what, this looks like it's easy. Let me try tomorrow. Let me try to go to Ross, because there's a Ross not too far away from my house. Let me try to go to this Ross, and let me see if I can actually find some products. I already have the Amazon app on my phone. Let me see if I can scan some products like he does, because basically what you do, so you go and start. If you don't know anything about retail arbitrage, by the way, on Amazon, you go to a store, you take a product. On every product you have a barcode, such as this water bottle. You scan it with your phone with the Amazon app, and it's going to show you how much this product is selling for on Amazon. And so I went to Ross by myself. My girl was chilling at home, and I basically stumbled upon some Fortnite product. It was like a Fortnite water gun, you know, the pump gun on the pump action gun on Fortnite. It was this gun, but in like a water, like it was a super soaker gun. And so I scanned it, and I saw that it was actually profitable. Okay, the product was super cheap at Ross, and I could make a lot of money by selling this product on Amazon. So I started looking for other toys in the toy aisle, and I found a product that was actually profitable, that I was actually ungated in, but I did not buy it. Okay, it was the first time that I did it. The first time that I actually started, and it was just really to get an idea of if it was possible to make it with retail arbitrage, right? And so I remember I went back home. I found a few products like this, and I went back home and I told my girl, we are going to make so much money with retail arbitrage, because it is so easy to find profitable products if you go to stores like Ross. Okay, there's a lot of products. I just went, I checked these 4 products, I took some screenshots, and I showed her the return on investment, because you can calculate it on the Amazon seller app. Pretty much you can see how much money you're gonna make, sell specific products. And I said, we need to start this right now, because instead of waiting for the products to ship from China, all that stuff, it takes too long. We can flip our money super fast with this model, and then go back to private labeling. By the way, if you do not know what private labeling is, is ordering products from China, putting your brand on it, and basically selling it on Amazon. And of course, you can make your own product. It's not like you buy some random product and you just slap your brand on it. This is not what I did. And I'll make more videos on private labeling later if you want to. But so yeah, I said, we are going to make so much money with this business model. We do not need to wait for products to come to China, wait 3 months for the products to arrive and to start selling, to market it and stuff. No need to do this. I still had some inventory sitting in China. I said, let's forget about this. Fuck this inventory. Let's go in stores. Let's go to Ross and buy products to test it. Okay, let's go to Ross. Let's go to Target, and let's see how it goes. Okay, and I remember, because I wanted to go to law school at that time. And I remember I was saying to myself, and I was not even sure that I wanted to go to law school after I did business. And I said, if I'm able to spend $70 a day on inventory doing retail arbitrage, from my calculation, I'm going to be able to make enough money in profit to actually pay for my master's degree if I actually go to law school, right? So that was the whole thing. My first goal was to actually reach $70 a day in spending, right, on average, because I only wanted to do this for on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and it was really my goal. Really, my goal was to add like 2,000 and something dollars a month in profit, so I can pay for my law degree, because this is what it was going to cost me. Okay, almost $2,000 a month. So I started doing retail arbitrage. It was great. It was great money. I got engaged in it was not common knowledge how to get engaged in a lot of brands. What most people were talking about when trying to engage was the toys brands, toys category, toys brands like Fortnite, all that stuff, Lego, all that stuff. Topicals, there was some free knowledge on how to get engaged with topicals. Not too much. It was not even that much that easily available for free. On how to get engaged on topicals and how to get engaged in what's the other category? Topicals, beauty, toys, and there was another category, I forgot. But it was not that common, but you could find it. But when it came to actually getting engaged with Nike, Adidas, Under Armour, Puma, there was no content on this on YouTube. There were some guys that were super expensive, and I did not want to spend that money. It was really dumb for me to spend that money that way. And so I actually tried to find a supplier, which I actually found, which is soccer.com. I actually found another one because the way I actually thought about this, and I said it in previous videos, is people were basically saying that it was impossible to find a supplier, a legit supplier, to supply you with Nike products. Okay, it was impossible to find a supplier for Nike products, a real supplier. And so I actually thought to myself, I said, who is actually buying Nike stuff in bulk that I could go a place where I could go and act as if I was somebody that actually wanted to buy stuff in bulk without needing an account with Nike? Because if you're a retailer, more than likely you are going to deal directly with Nike if you want to sell Nike products. And so having an account is not that easy to sell with Nike. It's really not easy, and you make the smallest mistake, you're gonna lose your account. Okay, Nike is super strict when it comes to giving account to retailers, and so being a small guy, I was not going to get a Nike account. So I thought for a little while, and I realized that school and sports team may be people that actually buy Nike products in bulk. Okay, for uniforms, for socks, stuff like that. And I thought about this, and I say, if I can actually pass as a school, okay, that wants to buy Nike socks for a soccer team, it is going to be easy for me to actually find a supplier. It should not be too hard, okay? And so I actually made some research on Google, and I found soccer.com. That's why I made the video on how to get soccer.com when eBay stopped working, because I knew that it worked. This one that I've been using myself, and nobody actually never shared anything about it. So if you see somebody talking about engaging with soccer.com, you must know he comes from my video. Nobody else is talking about soccer.com. The first one to talk about it. I'm proud of it. Yes. What are you gonna do about it? Okay. But yeah. So I actually did it. I actually passed as if I wanted to. I had a soccer school overseas that actually, and you do not even need to do this. You can just place an order and just ask for an invoice. But I really thought that it was going to be really hard to do it. So I actually passed as somebody that had a soccer school overseas, and I wanted to order socks in bulk. So I ordered 10 pairs of Nike, 10 pairs of Puma, 10 pairs of Under Armour, and 10 pairs of Adidas soccer socks. And I got engaged, okay? So from there, I started to scale my business, okay? I did private labeling for like maybe 2 months. I actually placed my order in December, okay, of that year. I do not remember which year it was. It was probably 2018. No, it cannot be 2018. It was 2020. Yeah, it was 2020 or 2021. December 2020. So I did it until March. Then from April to September, I did retail arbitrage until I made a huge mistake, okay, that set me back big time. So At that point, I reached I was like at 70 something thousand dollars in sale in like pretty much 8 months. Okay, with 8 months of sales, my first product started selling like by the end of January. No, yeah, yeah, something like this. It started selling by the end of January or middle of February. I do not remember, something like this. So let's just call February as my first month. February, March, April, May. I'm sorry, May, June, July, August, September. So after 8 months, I was at around $70,000 in sale. My first month was close to 2,000. Second month was 3,000 and something. And after that, I started doing retail arbitrage. I crossed $10,000 a month. I think it was on my first, like for the trading 30 days. It was on my with my first month with retail arbitrage that I crossed $10,000 in sale, I believe. I'm not even sure. Maybe on the second month or the third month. I'm not even sure. But like right before, I think August, I made like 18,000, and September was supposed to be the month I crossed $20,000 in sale in a month. Okay. However, mid-September, I wanted to get ungated because it was still back to, no, it was actually at the beginning of back to school. I started to want to get ungated in the North Face, but same thing as Nike, it was super hard to find a supplier, and it was even harder because I really had no idea how to find a supplier for the North Face. Okay, so what I did is I actually contacted somebody to get ungated, to help me get ungated for the North Face. Submitted an invoice, and I got suspended. And this is one of the reasons why, by the way, I'm creating a lot of content, because a lot of, there was a lot of gatekeeping. And so first of all, it was a big opportunity to actually create content because there was a content gap, and so people do not have to go through what I had to go personally, right? So I got suspended, and it was super hard to come back from. Okay, it took me like more than 6 months. It took me 6 months or a little bit more to actually come back from this. And the huge thing, and the reason why I'm saying I went as low as negative $10,000, is because when I was suspended, I pretty much lost all my inventory. Okay, I had an Amazon loan, okay, for like close to $10,000, and I just had it. I just got the loan. I just spent the money. It just helped me to start to scale, and I just got suspended at that time, right? So I went as low as more than $10,000 in the hole because now I had to reimburse that loan. I have no sales, so it was super hard to do. They were taking money out of my account for a long time. I was paying storage fee, a lot of storage fee. Like I think it was $500 to $600 a day, $500 to $600 a month for all the inventory that was sitting in Amazon that I was not able to sell. And the storage fee actually increased every single month. Not every single month, but at one point it started increasing because of the long-term fee, right? So it was really, really a bad time. It was really super hard times. Probably the worst 6 months stretched. One of the worst 6 month stretch in my life. That was super hard. Financially, that was super hard. And of course, I still had other side hustle to fall back to, but like with all this, it was super hard. A lot of personal stuff that happened right before that as well. So it was super hard. But I was finally able to get back, and I'm never, and by the way, never made this mistake. Getting ungated is super easy right now. I have a whole lot of playlists to do it, and coming back from this is super hard. And yeah, still like try to diversify because when it hits you, it's really not easy, right? So I had to start again. I was able to reach to $20,000 a month. I think after the second month of being back, yeah, something like the second month of being back, I was able to reach 20,000. I did retail arbitrage for, I think, 3, maybe more, 4, 5 more months. And after that, I was not able to do retail arbitrage anymore because I was not able to drive in the US for a lot of reasons that maybe I'll talk about in another video. By the way, it's not DUI. I do not drink. It's not stuff like that. It's I'll make it short. It's because of my immigration status. Because of COVID, it took a long time. My immigration status was pending in the US, and I was not able to get my driver license renewed. I still had my Belgium driver license, but because I'm from Belgium, by the way, if you didn't know, I was born in Belgium. And because of that, I was not able to drive around. Okay, I was not able to drive around anymore, and I had to make it work with online arbitrage because I actually was stopped twice by the police. I showed them my driver license from Belgium. I had 2 criminal tickets because my driver license was suspended for more than 6 months. So I had to go in front of the judge, and same thing. It was a super hard period. Yeah, I'll talk about it because it was, maybe I'll talk about it. I do not know. It has nothing to do with Amazon. It has more to do about the politics in the US and how stupid something it is. Sometimes it is, but I had a lot of setbacks. And at one time I said, you know what? I really need to start to make online arbitrage work because not only I want to be able to travel, to go back to my country, to see my family and all that stuff, but I can get in big troubles if I keep driving in the US and I get stopped by the police again. Because first of all, whenever they scan my license plate, it's going to pop up that I do have, my license is suspended, even though I actually have a driver license and I can just not renew my American driver license. I still have a driver license from another country. And I'm going to get in big trouble. I really need to make online arbitrage work or my business is going to die. So I was at a little bit above $20,000 with online arbitrage. And so at that time, I think I actually crossed $100,000 of sales on my account. In a year, way before I actually start working on online arbitrage. But we are going to keep going with the story a little bit so you can understand. So I made the transition to online arbitrage. It was not that easy, and the thing that actually helped me transition to online arbitrage was the thing that you can read in the ebook, actually, that is reads the strategy that actually helped me get success with tactile arbitrage, with online arbitrage, okay? Because online arbitrage is not easy. It's a totally different skill set than retail arbitrage is, okay? And doing this strategy actually helped me find my first profitable products consistently, because it's one thing to find profitable products with online arbitrage. It's another thing to do it consistently, okay? And so it's what actually helped me build my lead bank and my knowledge of online arbitrage, and that actually helped me get to the next level. But this is basically my story of, because if you really look at it lifetime, I made $100,000 in sale way super, I think like two months after actually the suspension. But actually I started counting from zero back after when I came back from the suspension, and it took me, I think it was before I actually started online arbitrage. It was still when I was doing retail arbitrage, but it took me a little while. It should have taken me, like, probably, if I was not suspended, I would have reached it by November of my first year. So it would have taken me like less than 1 year to reach $100,000 starting from nothing. I did a little bit of books as well that I did not talk about. I did it 2 or 3 times, but I prefer to stick with retail arbitrage, to be honest. And yeah, so this is my story. How I actually got to start selling on Amazon, or actually went down to $10,000 in debt and losing a big stream of income, and then rise back from it and reach multiple 6 figures in sale and heading towards 7 figures a year. So this is my story. I hope it was actually either inspiring or that you actually learned some stuff from it. If you watched, it's been 28 minutes that I've been talking, so if you watched until here, I hope that you actually got something from it, okay? And not that you did not just sit and listen to me rambling about my story for 28 minutes for nothing, okay? So thanks for watching, by the way, if you're still here. So get the ebook in the description, book a call if you need it, and join the Discord server so we can hang out and I can get to meet you. It was super nice talking to you. Thank you for watching. If you actually want to learn more about selling on Amazon, you can subscribe because I release a new video every single day. Actually for 1 year, and I started on December 31st, 2022, and it is September 29, 2023, so I have 2 more days to go, but I'm going to go until, I actually have 2 more days to go, but I want to go until January 1st, but 2 more days to go, and I will have reached my goals of 1 year posting every single day about selling on Amazon. And I think I'm gonna keep going for a second year. We'll see. So yeah, thank you for watching. Thank you for being here, and I appreciate you guys. Watch these videos on the screen if you want to keep learning about selling on Amazon. It was super nice for me to actually tell you guys my story. And I'll see you tomorrow for a new video. And I'll see you next year as well for a new video every single day, I guess. I do not know yet. We'll see. Thanks for watching.